Hey, Aquas. I wonder if that music's a little bit too loud for you. Let me turn that down just a smidge. Okay. Hi again, Aquas. This reading is for anyone who identifies as or finds themselves to be very interested in an Aquarius at this time. We've got the Hermit starting us off on the bottom of the deck. This time means whenever this reading finds you, or specifically right now, this is intended for mid-July, even though we are going on the last week of July now, right? Okay, and we want to talk. 33 on the table. I'm sorry, Aquas, I need to fix this angle a little bit. Okay, that's a bit better. So you've got the Three of Cups and the Three of Swords showing immediately for your mid-July 2019 reading. Aquarius, 33 may be particularly significant to you for some other reason, and I will look into what it means for us otherwise. I did want to say to you, Aquarians, that I hope you've been enjoying July 2019 so far, Cancer season so far, because I was not able to get a reading out to you sooner. And I truly did miss doing a July reading for you. No one got that besides Cancer this month. It's just been a crazy month. But when I say that this is for anyone who identifies as an Aquarius, I do mean Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, or any other placement in Aquarius. Or perhaps you just came across the reading because of the title or synchronicity, or YouTube just led you here. The message also still may be for you in that case. Or maybe you're cross-watching. Of course, as I said, you could just be very interested in an Aquarius at this time, or the Aquarian energy. And it seems very interesting at this time, with 33 showing up in the center of the reading. It looks and feels, Aquarius, like a lot of you are leaving multiple energies behind at once. Leaving a group behind, feeling somewhat disappointed about it. Or there's just a lack of celebration in your life in general. But for some of you, it's specifically because you are leaving a friend group, or maybe a group of coworkers or family members who are also like close friends to you. And it looks like there's some harsh miscommunication happening, either as a result of the disappointment in you leaving the group, or maybe that is actually what's causing for a lot of you the disappointment or your need to leave some energies behind at this time. And you may not even know that. You may not even realize, Aquarians, a lot of you may not realize that it's been there's been harsh communication, maybe even heartbreaking communication when we see the Three of Swords, but some of you don't realize that it's been a missed communication that is fueling all this, the disappointment, the lack of celebration, maybe specifically, again, leaving a group at this time. And the Eight of Swords is in your crowning thoughts. Let me get this music back for us. So Aquarians, when your ego is quiet, we do have, as I said, the Eight of Swords here in your crowning thoughts, your higher mind, what you know when your ego is quiet. So you are aware that this situation has someone playing the victim, someone's victim mentality on some level, and it may be yours. But in the root of the situation, we have the Queen of Swords. In the recent past, we've got the Four of Cups. So this all began because you were able to own your truth and see the truth of these energies that you may be leaving behind. And I'm feeling so much physical confirmation about this, Aquarians. It gave me chills instantly when that Queen of Swords came up, and I knew what it meant. I mean, this is your energy. This is air energy, mature, feminine, air energy, someone who sees the truth and has no trouble cutting others out or turning others away when she sees their truth and that it is toxic for her, that it is not beneficial for her. And you can be a male. I'm saying her just simply because this particular version of the cards, this Radiant Right Radiant Rider-Waite tarot deck here depicts the queens as women, of course. Now, if you're while I'm talking about that, if you are interested in this Radiant Rider-Waite tarot deck or any of the tarot decks that I use in Lunartics Tarot readings, just scroll down to the description box below. That's where you'll find information about all the decks I use. That's also where you will find information about private readings if you're interested. But getting back to your general reading here, we do have to keep in mind to bring our discernment to the table. Of course, these messages can't be for everybody every time, but it looks like you were able to see the truth of the situation. You were able to see the truth of who was around you, who was trying to be around you or continuing to be around you. And I think it is. It may be for a lot of Aquarians heartbreaking, downright heartbreaking, for you to turn these energies away, to turn them down, to stop spending time with them. Because then in the recent past, after seeing the truth of who was around you, again, either people who were trying to be your friends and be around you or acting like your friends, or maybe who had been for a long time, in the more recent past, after that clarity came to you, after you felt very much in your own skin, very comfortable in your own skin, and very much like yourself, then you were made an offer, and I see you focused on what else you can't and don't have here, Aquarians, and so turning down this offer. And it may be from these people, from these energies who you don't want to be spending as much time or any time with anymore. And I think it's heartbreaking for either you or them or all parties involved, with the Three of Swords showing up. Some of you, it's when we see this, I might actually be talking about having seen the truth of the fact that you were part of a three-party situation. Romantic three-party situation, some of you, and that's what you won't accept. That's what you're turning down. That's why their offer doesn't mean much. It's not worth enough to you. You're focused on what y'all used to have, what you thought you had, or what it is that you want. Or perhaps someone has made a new offer to you of friendship or love or opportunity, and you're so focused on these three cups, these three cups being the same cups we see here. You're so focused on these energies that it's breaking your heart to have to leave behind, that you're not really ready to make new friends or take a new lover or invest time and energy in a new opportunity, because you're still thinking about what you just decided that you saw too clearly to not walk away from. But you are headed toward the Justice card and the Sun card, and at the same time, the Six of Cups wanted to show up again. That's the second time we've seen that now. So this is definitely all about recognizing the truth and your truth. This is in the root of the situation. And you know what's breaking your heart, or who is breaking your heart. What is breaking your heart? Who is breaking your heart? Because in the root of the situation, this is someone who sees the truth and acts on it. This, in the near future, is someone who wields the truth mercilessly, allows the precise and impartial truth to cut away the untruth, even if that means cutting out and away people from your life, right? And this, the bottom of the deck, is a card that represents simply the truth. This is the truth, the sword that your near future wields, and that is what this is all about. You have seen the truth of this person, these people, this group of people. Again, you know what is breaking your heart, and it may be you in your crowning thoughts who is playing the victim, and it's less playing the victim in that case, and more the way to articulate it in this case is someone who knows the truth but won't let themselves look at it, won't let themselves see it. So for some of you Aquarians, that's you. For others, you're dealing with someone near you, people or a person who have this sort of negative victim mentality, woe is me, why is life doing this to me, why does life do this to us type of attitude. And that's part of why you have to cut them out of your immediate circle, or part of why you can't spend as much time with them, right? So the message is slightly different for different Aquarians, but you see what I'm getting at. You know what's breaking your heart. You know what needs cut out of your time, your space, your energy, your again, immediate circle. You're not celebrating. Why is that? Whoever or whatever is that reason, it's painful to cut it out, but it needs cut out at this time. And in the near future, with the Justice card here showing up, if you haven't allowed the precise and impartial truth as far as who's not supporting you, who's not supporting your vision for your future, who is bringing negativity into your life, Aquarians, in the near future, if you haven't yet, this is an energy of allowing the precise and impartial truth to cut away the untrue. And I think you had an opportunity. Okay, so you saw in the root of the situation throughout July, or even before that, you saw the truth of these people or this person that you've been spending time with. You saw the truth. I can't spend so much time with them. They're a negative influence on me. They're dragging me down. It breaks my heart to leave them behind, but it breaks my heart to stay with them, right? Can't live with them, can't live without them kind of thing. So for a lot of you, it is romantic. But for others, it's just, like I said, a friend group that you're very attached to, a work group, a family that you're very attached to, that can certainly break your heart. And sometimes you do have to go no contact with or disconnect completely from family. That's something that those are personal readings that I really specialize in. I have had a lot of that in my own life personally. Those are some of the trials and tribulations that I have been through in my life, Aquarians, and I work with people a lot in private readings. As far as as far as those types of things are concerned, we can talk more about private readings at the end of the video. But it's karmic. This is a karmic cycle closing. There is a 10 on the table underneath of the ace for us as well. It's a karmic cycle that's closing, that is part of your spiritual journey and is very much a burden for you. That's very clear. And whatever is causing the heartbreak, just know you are headed toward this Sun card, Aquarians, in the ultimate outcome, and that it's because these people who you are obsessing about or thinking very much about from your recent past, that you've recently decided you need to cut out, this person or people that you've recently decided need cut out, even if you haven't quite gotten to it yet, they're not worth your time anymore. This is worthless associates sometimes when it turns up reversed. Or, if they're not worthless, I don't mean to, knock people that I don't know, but if they're not completely worthless, I just mean that they're not beneficial for you. Or this is just showing that you are thinking way too much about your recent past. And this is just a roadblock on your way to true, authentic happiness. True happiness. Not just smiles and pictures and price tags, not temporary happiness. This is happiness because you've gotten in touch with what you feel a life purpose for you is, a purposeful path for you is. And I heard the other day, I can't remember who I was listening to now. I hate when I can't give credit where credit is due, but I was listening to someone talk about the fact that our purpose is just to vibrate at a high frequency. And I've always believed that, even if I didn't articulate it quite that way. That's why I can't remember where it came from, because I just agreed with it, right? And that's important to note. So that's why I say maybe this is true happiness when you find an authentic, purposeful path. So even when you're done with that one purpose, if you want to call a career choice or a vocation choice a life purpose, your purpose is just to be happy, to be truly happy, and to vibrate at a high frequency. So no activity that you could assign yourself could actually label your identity or your purpose, because you're not purposeless when you can no longer do that thing, right? But this is that type of happiness when you know you have found a purpose, a purposeful path. When you have that Three of Pentacles energy, we've got Three of Cups and Three of Swords, but when you have that Three of Pentacles energy, when you're doing something that you love so much, you love doing it so much you don't even notice the time passing, when you're surrounded by truly supportive energies, when you finally get that family that your heart, your soul has been moving towards your whole life. Authentic happiness, true happiness, not the kind that you're wearing for anybody else's benefit or because you just are sick of not being happy and it's time to just let people see you happy. No, the kind where you've gone all the way to the depths, and what you have found down there is at the bottom, at the depths of your depths is an open sky, when you've really worked through everything that's keeping you down, worked down through it, and you're ready for this free open space where you get to just be yourself, not because you've denied or suppressed anything that was depressing you or upsetting you, but because you have worked through it. That's something else that the Three of Swords energy tells us, that there's no way out. There's a way through. You have to move through this pain, this karmic lesson. It's here to be worked through. It's here to teach you. And some of you're guarding yourself from seeing the truth of this person or these people because it's so hard to leave behind. But that is a lot of times what karmic lessons are. That you were meant to have these relationships or this relationship. You were meant to be on one another's paths for a certain amount of time, teach each other these lessons, teach each other through this pain more than anything, and then proceed, progress, move on, move forward. And the Sun card showing up and the Truth card showing up, it's just proof that you are doing the right thing. Whomever you are contemplating letting go of, you're doing the right thing. If you are allowing the precise and impartial truth to cut away the untrue, especially if it's cutting out whatever is disappointing you, breaking your heart, I do think it's very difficult for you to let them go, this person or these people, Aquarians, but I do think that they are not for your benefit anymore, and you are doing the right thing. This balances the karmic scales, and probably these people or this person are blocking you from being authentic. Now, you can't know true, authentic, free happiness where you're not concerned what anybody else wants for you or thinks about you. You're just concerned about being who you actually are, letting your soul live externally, really is what I've been trying to get to here. You can't experience that true authentic happiness unless you are walking in your truth and living an authentic life to begin with, right? And I think that some of these people or this person don't allow you to be your full self. People you live with, family members who are on your case all the time, a partner who's not supportive, or even a friend group who, like I said, is just negative. These are just examples, and they're all going to fit specifically for different specific Aquarians, but it's interesting. I love that you have the Leo card, the Sun card, the Leo card, as we are moving into Leo season. So I hope you all enjoyed Leo season as well. It looks like you are going to. That's so fitting and so perfect. And it can also be saying that is that you are going to coast into Leo season with this energy of letting these people go, but knowing in your heart that you've done the honest, truthful, right thing for you that really does look like it's karmic justice for you in the situation. It's certainly following your truth, even though it feels like a burden. But I really do think you're moving into a space where you're able to be more of yourself. Because if these energies are negative or unsupportive, if there's victim mentality surrounding you, or energies surrounding you that put you into a victim mentality, right? Or that suggest one to you and encourage one in you, that's what we're releasing. That's what we're letting go of, is people that make us feel that way, Aquarians. Some of you can't get away from them, but you're just going to mentally and emotionally detach from them. Stop investing in what they have to say about you and your path in your life. Stop listening, stop caring. Stop being there for them, available for them in an emotional or mental way. Because it's not what's best for you. And I think it's beautiful. And the Sun card thinks it's beautiful, and the Justice card thinks that it's the appropriate move. That like I said, it's karmically everything coming to a wrap, coming to a close. The Judgment card did want to keep showing for us before I was recording as well, which is also pushing that idea forward for me. So yeah, you know the truth, you see the truth, you know who's breaking your heart, you know why you're not celebrating. This is really just a major confirmation for those of you who are on that path, or who find yourself on that path sometime very soon here at the end of July, moving into August. You're doing the right thing. I think it's hard for you because you feel like, oh, I'm leaving them behind, right? And they're just on a different path than you are. They're just on a different path. They don't need your pity any more than anybody else does. Not that you need your pity, but you need your focus, you need your attention, you need your self-care, because nobody else can give you that, right? They certainly seem like individuals who can give that to themselves, and if they don't, it is not your responsibility. Everybody has to find a space in which they are able and allowed to completely, fully, 100%, 200% fully express their authentic selves. And staying attached to and available for these energies we've been talking about, these people we've been talking about, Aquarians, it doesn't allow you to do that. It doesn't allow you to be who you want to be. And I'll tell you a secret, that authentic expression is synonymous with the true happiness that it then affords you. You'll still desire things, you'll still want things, you'll still go after them, of course, and you'll fail and you'll try and you'll fail just like anybody else, but with a lighter step, with a much lighter step, with a knowledge that no one and no thing can break your spirit. It doesn't matter if other individuals then make you feel like you aren't doing what you do well enough to suit them. What does that matter? You are walking in your truth, living in your truth, expressing an authentic version of you. Even if people don't like it, you know you can't change it, and you know you wouldn't want to, because it's who you are. So it's gorgeous. I love readings like this. I'm sorry for those of you who are feeling heartbroken. I don't mean to be dismissive about that, but as difficult as these lessons are, as hard as it is to allow yourself to see truths that you're only blocking yourself from because you're afraid to break your own heart, that is your test, that is your lesson, this is your path, this is how you be the authentic you. That's what I love about it. So Aquarians, again, if you need a private reading from me, just scroll down to the description box below. All of your options are listed there, the prices, the lengths of the reading, and the links to the readings can be found down below. Now, I've got a lot of categories listed. I do love career, life purpose, etc., past life readings. There's a whole list, but if there is something that's not on that list, I also am happy to take suggestions from people I have in the past. It's just a matter of choosing the length of the reading that you want. And my email address is also down there, LunarticksTarot@gmail.com. My name is Aiz, A-I-Z, so if you would rather work with me that way through sending me an email, then that works for me as well. Thank you so much to all of you who have ordered, and to all of you who support Lunartics Tarot in any way, shape, or form. Thank you for donating. The link to donate is right down below in the description as well. But also thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, messaging, emailing me, sharing the videos. All of it helps, and all of it is so appreciated. Aquarians, I hope that you all make very wise choices for yourselves moving forward from this point. That reminds me that the first card I saw for you before recording was the Two of Swords reversed when I was shuffling and meditating before recording. That's the first one that came through, to the point where I wasn't really sure if it was just my energy from reading for myself prior with these cards, or if it was yours. But I think very clearly it was definitely yours. Some of you are having a lot of trouble making this decision about whether or not to cut these people out of your life. And the cards are saying that is your way forward. That is your way to authenticity. Living an authentic life is completely different than living an inauthentic life, Aquarians. What happens post-material life, post-physical being, once we exit this vessel? What happens for you next is different depending on whether or not you were able to reach authenticity here. For a lot of us, that's very relevant. So to deny yourself reaching authentic expression of your soul, of your heart, of who you are, is to deny yourself so much more than you know. It's everything. It is who you are. It's everything. And so a lot of you are having trouble because of who these people are. But this is your way. This is your path to authenticity. And you need only to listen to your own intuition and your own heart to know the truth of that. I know you see it. I know you feel it. I know you know it. I can see it here. So follow your truth, Aquarians. I hope you make very wise decisions for yourselves moving forward. And I love you, and I will post another reading for us as soon as I can. Oh, and if you are still perhaps reeling from or just terribly interested in the eclipse energy that we just went through, and the 2 eclipses that we just went through in July 2019, if that is still on your mind, if you are still wondering how that energy has been transforming you and how it will continue to work to transform you moving forward throughout the next 6 months, even the next year, then you may want to check out a pick a card reading that I did on that exact subject. I will link it down below in the description too. It's just a 5-pile pick a card reading that expands on exactly how Eclipse Season 2019 is working to transform us and how it will continue to. So check that out as well, and I will see you next time.